Hey all, my name is Laszlo. Welcome to my channel Codeching. Today I would like to show you that how you can use Terraform, which is an infrastructure as code tool that lets you build, change and version infrastructure safely and efficiently. This includes low-level components like compute instances, storage and networking, and high-level components like DNS entries and SaaS features. Today we will deploy a Dockerized Node.js application with Terraform locally. So we will test it out locally. You will need Docker desktop. I will show you that what settings do you need to be able to use it with Terraform. And we will start with an Nginx image. We will deploy an Nginx instance, and after that we will switch it to a Node.js instance. We will set an environment variable for the node container, for example, with Terraform. So we will pass in an environment variable. We will test it out as well. We will do this step by step. In the next tutorial we will deploy a Node.js application in the Azure cloud. So this is the first step today, and in the next tutorial we will continue this. Okay, the first step is to install Terraform. For this one I'm opening the PowerShell here. Here you can see the official documentation of Terraform, the official web page. Here you can see an introduction, that what is Terraform, and under the Get Started section you can choose that for which environment would you like to use Terraform. In my tutorial series we will use Azure, so I'm choosing the Azure one here now. But okay, we are starting with the installation step. So the first thing is to install Terraform. You will need this Choco tool for this one, so if you haven't installed this tool on your computer yet, then start with it, please. I'm installing it. So as you can read here, the execution policy should be set to all signed. If it's set for restricted, then you can set it here. Here you can see that mine is restricted, so I have to set it to all signed. You can use this command to be able to do that. I'm answering yes, and here you can see that now it's all signed, and after that you can install the Choco tool. You can copy and paste this command from the browser to your command line tool, and here we go. I'm installing the tool that is needed to be able to install the Terraform on Windows environment. Here you can see that it's installed, and now we can continue. So we can install the Terraform with this command. I typed in yes here, and now it's installing Terraform. And that's it. Okay, after installation you can try it out. So you can call Terraform help, and here you can see the result. If everything works correctly, then you can see this one. Of course you can use the help command for different parts. For example, you can use Terraform help for the plan, and you can read just about the plan here. So it seems that everything is working as expected, And now we can continue with the configuration, the real Terraform usage. It's a nice tool as well, but I won't set up it. It's an autocomplete tool. You can use it with Bash, for example, and it will autocomplete your Terraform commands. Okay, the next step is to create a new folder. That's it. I'm going inside the folder and I open this inside VsCode. And I create a new file. The file name should be main.tf, and you can copy paste the content of this file from the web page. Here is a little example how to run Nginx image. In VsCode, for example, you can install an extension for Terraform. So I'm searching for Terraform and it will highlight the syntax of Terraform configuration files if you install it. Okay, it's installed and here we go. Now it's highlighted. Very nice. Okay, in this file we are setting up the required providers. Now we will using the Docker desktop in local environment. So we are requiring this Docker provider, and under the provider host section we are piping the Docker host. I will show you later that how you should set up your Docker desktop to be able to use with Terraform. But now continue with these settings. So in the next step we are defining a new resource, one for the container. So we named it Nginx, and under the name we are putting in the image tag basically here, and the keep locally is set to false. It means that when we will use Terraform destroy later, then it will remove the image itself from your local Docker image registry. And finally, under that one, we are defining another resource for the container itself. We are using the previously created image resource, image ID, under the image, and we name it tutorial, and we are setting up the ports. For the internal one, you know which is an Nginx, so it's port 80 by default, and the external port will be 8000. It means that we will be able to open the Nginx on localhost 8000 because the external port is set to this 8000. Okay, the next step is to call Terraform init inside your folder. This set up a basic Terraform project in this folder, creating the required files, and here you can see that it's successfully initialized. Okay, and finally we can call the apply command. In our case, the apply command will, for example, pull the Docker image from the Docker hub into our local registry, and after that it will create a new running container with the usage of the image. You need to confirm the creation, so just write yes, and after that you can see here that Terraform will create your resources. Basically, before you press yes, you can read that which things will be created, so it's a very nice output. you have to wait a little bit. In case of you don't set up your Docker desktop properly, then it won't work. I let my Docker desktop in a wrong state just to be able to show you that what happens. So the apply command will run forever, so you have to interrupt it, and you have to set up your Docker desktop correctly. So what to do? You have to use WSL2 instead of Hyper-V. If you apply and restart it, but it won't work, then the next step is I recommend you to reinstall Docker Desktop Basics. So uninstall your Docker Desktop and reinstall it. The other thing that you need to do is to expose your local Docker daemon on localhost 2375 without TLS, and after restarting it should working. So finally, let's go back to the apply command, and now I will be able to run it. I'm saying yes, and now it's creating the resources, which means that my Docker image should appear in my local registry, and also the container should be created. Here in the background I opened the Docker desktop, and here you can see that the image is pulled, and under the containers here you can see running container on port 8000, and if I check it in the browser now, I can open it. Here we go, Nginx is running. So the deployment was successful. If you type in the Docker PS, here you can see your running container as well. Now we are going to destroy the running container and also remove the image. So we are calling Terraform destroy command. It will revert back everything that was created with the Terraform apply command. It is done. Here you can see that the image is not there, and also the container is not there. With Docker PS command I cannot see the running container as well. Okay, now you need to use a Node.js application. For this purpose I have a Node.js web application where I used Express. I built this Docker image. Here you can see the Docker file. I'm exposing the 3009 port, and here you can see my application. I'm putting in the console the test environment variable just for testing purposes, and the app will listen on the 3009 port. Here in the Terraform setting file, I'm switching the Nginx image to my custom image, and I'm also renaming the container and image itself, and I'm passing in the environment variable. I'm also switching the ports to this 3009 for the internal and also for the external now, and I'm passing in hello for this environment variable, and the name will be Node.js-test. Now I will be able to run the Terraform apply command again. I am saying yes. Now in Docker desktop you can see here that here is my image, and in the running containers here you can see my Node application, and our hello text arrived through an environment variable, so it's working. And the last thing is that I have to check it inside my browser, so I'm calling localhost 3009, and here you can see my Node application is running, so everything was working as expected. Now I'm destroying it. And here we go. The Node.js application won't working anymore. Okay, in the next tutorial we will check this tutorial out. So we will log in into our Azure account. We will select our subscription, and in this tutorial we will create a resource group. My last tutorial we deployed the Node.js application through web app for container service in Azure, but we will try to deploy the Node.js application with Terraform as well. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked this tutorial. In the next tutorial we will create a Terraform configuration to deploy an Azure resource group. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You will find many interesting tutorials in the future here as well, and press the like button. You will help me a lot, and thank you very much again. Bye.